because we're cruisers, we're sailboaters, all of us, we want to be green. So we always look for things that's good for the environment and good for us at the same time. One of the things I worried about was taking batteries along, and how long will a set of batteries last. Not the ship's batteries, we'll talk about that separately, but batteries, double A's, triple A's, C's, and D's. So I really wanted to take along rechargeable batteries. I went out and did some investigation in 03 about NiCads, and you learn about their memory problems. If you don't discharge them all the way and recharge them all the way each time, they tend to get a memory, and then they lose capacity. And they, only have so many recharges available. And then came out the nickel metal hydride. I was in love with those. Went out and spent quite a bit of money. Bought a full set for the boat for everything. 2 sets for everything, as a matter of fact. Went out and got a basically whiz-bang controller that will charge AAAs, AA's, and 9-volt batteries, and C's and D's too. It plugs in to 12 volts or 110 and works. However, what was happening was I would charge up the batteries, both sets, put a set in, and I'd be using them, and they'd last quite a while. But then when I'd go to put in the second set of batteries, they wouldn't last nearly as long, even though they'd been charged up. So I wound up recharging them. I was curious as to what was going on. What happens is there's a self-discharge rate that once you take that battery off of the battery charger, within the first month, it loses 10% of its capacity already. I went and did some more investigation, and it says that the NiCads nickel metal hydride batteries, 10% of capacity in the first, 10% of they lose 10% of their capacity the first 24 hours after being removed from the charger, and the rate of self-discharge settles to about 10% per month afterwards. So that was a killer for us. I didn't want to leave a set of batteries on a charger the whole time, but I also wanted a set that was always ready to go. So what we wound up doing was getting a set of lithium batteries, long life, guaranteed to be good, and kept a set for each little flashlight aboard. We use little flashlights. I love these little LED flashlights, a little clip-on. They 3 AAA batteries, and they last for hours and hours and hours and hours. So they work pretty good on even disposable batteries. There's a new battery chemistry out that is a low self-discharge. They last a lot longer, and the key to that is when you're at the battery rack in the grocery store and you look and you see rechargeable batteries and it says pre-charged for convenience. That means that they have a long shelf life once they're charged. However, all of these batteries have a dirty little secret that nobody wants to tell you about, and that's shelf life. In doing my investigation, what I found out was that not only do they have 1,000 recharges, and I thought, oh, this is going to be great, 1,000 recharges, we can, they'll last us until we quit cruising. Well, on top of that 1,000 recharges, they also have a certain number of months or years that they're good, whether you're charging them 10 times a month or once a month. After about 2 years, most of them are no more good. They don't hold a charge, or the amount of charge that they hold is so small that it's not worth recharging them again. Now, I'm not saying don't get rechargeable batteries. By all means, go rechargeable batteries. Just realize that on top of those rechargeables, go out, spend the extra money, get the very good, high capacity, long life rechargeable batteries. We wound up getting another little set of nickel metal hydride about 2 years ago, and they're holding up okay, but they're about at the end of their life also. So look for the ones that have a long shelf life and carry some disposable batteries that are extra long life to use in those emergencies where you need to be out on deck, it's dark, you need to do it, and you need to do it now. Don't depend on rechargeables for that portion of your cruising.